What is up, everybody? We are back with another casted series. This is LionHeart versus Risotto in the ECL number 2, week number 2, play all 5 series. Man, and am I hyped for this series. Not often do you get to see a series of great Age of Empires 3 ability, but also they're your mates as well, and they're so evenly ranked. This should be so good. Game 1 on Manchuria. Open civ pick. Both players took a wild pick their civs, I've heard, but we're spawning in here with LionHeart playing as the Ethiopians, spawning to the northeast map in the colour blue. We do see Risotto playing as the Indians. Just thinking I might have my friend of foe colour on. Oh no, all good. Risotto is actually playing in the colour red, spawning to the southwest of the map. And interesting map for both players, both Sears, livestock heavy, looking to capture all the yaks on offer. Do you see LionHeart here trying to attack this Blant and Monk treasure from a distance, and although yes he can use the ability to get them to fight each other, he was attacking them with the rifle instead of getting to melee. And Blind Monk, so I think they have a range resist, yes, so a bit unsure there. I think Lion's just testing the water. Mainly interested in the yak, actually. I think both players are just trying to get out there, and there's a double yak spawn nearby. Who's going to find it? Risotto's hugging the wall. If he keeps going, he will. But where's he going? Is he not? He's going to try and look for this path. No, he's going to go back up. And he will actually find that double yak. That's so huge. Double yak spawns. Ding, ding. Other explorer down to the eastern side of the map near the waterfront. 45 gold, 1 black bear working through that treasure. Code Fender saying Ethiopia FF is incoming. Potential. Have seen Lion play a lot of Ethiopia recently for this tournament series, and he has kind of done a bit of like a one build, one trick pony. Hasn't quite explored the Civ that much enough to kind of understand how he wants to play it, or where he wants to play it, or what matchups, what goes what build order. But card on here, it's going to be two Vils and an Aben. Risotto looking on to another 40 food treasure. It's going to be a little bit away, actually. LionHeart should be able to steal this. Oh, the pistol attack, and I think Lion picked that. Oh, Risotto got it to it. Yeah, he did bend down first. I would say some of the animations there kind of overlap. Sometimes you think one player's ahead and the other player's ahead, but I was lucky there from Risotto, because he actually did not stun that treasure when it was right next to the treasure, so there was it was a bit risky then. No, what is this? The Taj Mahal from Risotto onto age 2. Mental. Wow, this is a new build here from India, and I'm so surprised because I was sort of thinking, oh yeah, Tashoga Shrine or Torii Gates or Temple of Heaven, but I realised no, Risotto is playing as India, and this is not a shape of a foundation you usually see. Either a big fat square for the Agra Fort or a little square for the Kali Mata, but Taj Mahal to age 2, it will provide ceasefire, and I assume like 300 gold to maybe help get an FF going here from Risotto, but it's not really what standard play is, and it's not the 10% bonus Kali Mata and the extra crates as well, so strictly worse at the moment, unless Risotto has a good little plan up his sleeves. His deck is actually called Manchuria, or Manchu versus Ethiopian, so we'll have to... He's got this one planned out, it seems, or maybe he created this deck once they agreed to the civs and has typed it accordingly. Rajput and the Rajput attack, Dravidian martial arts. No Zams or 7 Gurkha here. Does have Mahouts, Sea Jellies, a couple Yurumis there. Got a lot of late game H4 cards. I wonder if we're thinking about getting to that tier. No Desert Terror, not expecting a huge cavalry presence here from the Ethiopians, and that's kind of probably for the better. From what I've seen in LionHeart, he kind of plays an infantry siege, maybe forward outpost, and just spam Somalis, spam Gaskenya, maybe a bit of Shotel warriors, but it's not much of a cavalry player, LionHeart of the Ethiopians. But then again, Ethiopia not really much of a cavalry civ. Mountain Monastery looking to go onto a back silver mine, maybe. Could try and secure the gold mine. Oh no, the only gold mine is actually in base. That's lovely. Might want to spam more Abens onto that one. But the camp builders moving forwards. Believe it can build the outpost as well. Bit vulnerable if it's just a barracks, but found some trees, found some silver mines. Be a nice little cover position for it. And yes, watchtower right behind the tree line. Really awkward there for the Indians to try and siege if he wants to. So, yeah, nice little play there from Lion. Having said that, though, it's still a fair lick away from the base. Long way. Risotto's got 10 yaks, and although gathering 0.1 XP per second, so he's basically got a TP. Risotto needs to try and think of getting a Sacred Pen down at some point soon. 200 wood, and that will essentially convert these to 0.3 XP per second, and that will give Risotto three trading posts worth of XP income. It's so worth it. It is so worth it. Defensive aggro forts to age 3. Once this builds, I believe it will have its HP bonus onto it researched already, so it might have 7,500 HP, or it might just do more attack. It's certainly an upgraded aggro fort in the 3rd age. As we can see, it also ships 5 Gurkhas as well, so nice little play here from Risotto. Maybe he's thinking he doesn't need Carney Martyr. He's already got enough eco as the Indians as it is. Doesn't need to overdo it. And so the Taj Mahal with the coin, the ceasefire ability, defensive aggro fort as well for security. Risotto's looking to play a nice tight defensive game in base, and how does one go about breaking it? Back over to LionHeart's point of view. 2 yaks on the livestock market. He really lost the livestock gathering hard. You might have had a few more and traded them off already, but Risotto's got 10 yaks, and that is just a huge discrepancy. Interesting here, we got the fortress in base. Kind of think you'd want that forward as well, just to kind of double cover the watchtower. Give momentum if you're going for an aggressive play. You know what? Lion might FI here. He's not gathering any gold. 1,000+ food as it is already. Yes, you can sell and trade off these yaks for other resources, but you can just eat them normally. Card ready to go. This might actually be a send in 1,000 gold. The outpost is just a bluff, it could be. There are Somalis there, but yeah, send 1,000 gold. LionHeart is FIing. Surely this is an FI. Delegate is up, has extra attack, so it is. It's an attack upgrade here from the aggro fort, and that's actually a decent chunk onto it. Gurkha's moving forwards to intercept. They actually pick off Somali straight away. Redcoats as well from the consulates. Risotto holding defensive in his base, but LionHeart is actually going to catch Risotto here unaware. Really interesting this is. Mountain Monster, you're going to move into a mid-map location. Any of these silver mines, doesn't really matter which one it is. Hasn't used the Fast Age Alliance upgrade yet. He might want to save it for his FI, actually. He does have enough influence to research it. All kind of constant style technologies do cost influence. Trading post is still level 1, so it's only XP. Could go for the influence on the stagecoach. And so you never ate the yak, so you could trade them off for wood and gold each, which I think would be very useful. But so close to the age up. What will he age up with? Jesuits the church and 1,000 XP. That's great for momentum. Arsenal builder and 700 wood. Maybe it would be good for upgrades, but I don't think you need that. 10 Sudanese dervishes. I don't think you want to go for the Sudanese onto the 4th, but the Indians is interesting because, yes, you might get a market and 800 influence, but you could try and get some siege elephants out, and that might be an interesting play. They are really, really strong siege units. A Romo with the goats could be nice to try and bolster the markets and keep your economy ticking over. So we'll have to find out. Going for the Jesuits, XP, and the church. There it is. 945 FI here from Ethiopia. He does have his camps, his wagon stuck here behind the crates. That's unfortunate, but I think he'll be able to sort that out. Meanwhile, Interior is moving out onto the forward outpost. He's seen the FI, And LionHeart will have to give up this position, but I don't think he's going to care too much about that. Oh, he's only got 1,200. He's only got was it 21 population, but now he's in 2 special mortars. They should shadow tech to H4. Could do some more XP. A lot of influence being gathered here. What's he going to spend the influence on? Maybe not imported cannons. El Meti might not be a bad shout. I mean, it's not going to happen. There's just no time to spend the resources. What's this one? City Wars for 1,000 influence? No, not going to need that. And Berber camels, calling in the 15 Berber camel. I believe this would be. No, he's playing Africa, so they shadow tech to guard level. That's insane. That would tear down pretty much any Gurkha and any cavalry here, including the siege elephants. Redcoats here, important role to defend. It's getting really close and edgy. Champion Sebastopol mortar. Elephants moving in. I'm sure the Somalis want to move in and pick these units off very quickly. Nice XP, but also so annoying to deal with. And yeah, you know what? For a moment, I was not feeling Lion's position, but now it is looking pretty good. A couple of F10s come out. They're still kind of hybrid H2, H3, not upgraded to elites. So could do a little bit more, but that's not the point though. They're just there to harass and annoy. It's the Berber camels and the mortars going to be a problem, and Lion's just keeping his distance. He just wants to wait for the cav support to move in onto the siege elephants before he commits, but can certainly get some good donks onto the Gurkhas while they're away. And out come the camels. In we go. LionHeart's moving in. Redcoats do move into protection. Redcoats into melee do massive, but they're not fighting. They're walking. They're walking. The Z moves failed. And the mortar's just destroying the Redcoats, the Neftanian Somalis. They're dying. Oh, look at them fly. Look at them. They're going to the sky and back. And the Berber camels, they're still 11. It's only Gurkhas behind, couple Minutemen. Still more disciplined Gurkhas. The Somalis chasing the Neftanians behind. The mortars are still having a full HP. You haven't even gone to A-button healing layman at the moment. And the cav are just going to town. Very fast moving, so very strong snare ability here. They do have multipliers versus cavalry. Nothing versus infantry, but that doesn't really matter in the cavalry versus skirmisher war, as we see here. Good kiting here from Risotto, but it's just more Gurkhas on the way here from the Indian player. There isn't any anti-cav. Mahout's now being sent. He needs to run back to the Charminar Gate. Minutemen being called irregulars, but not the sentries. He's just low on resources. Everything here is just not where he needs it to be. He needs to kind of shoot the Explorer as well. That's a Dragoon-style unit. That could get picked off. But, great. The Camel's now down. But how do we deal with double champion mortars? Mahout Lance is coming out. The amount of anti-cav here from Lion is really low. And no, he's not actually training anything moving forwards. He's got a villager. Maybe a little bit of influence still to come. But the Mahout pop. The Mahout pop from the Agrifort. Oh! He's missed it! Get on them! Get on them! Just anything, just dump on them. Oh, that could have been so much better there for Risotto if the angle there was a little bit more spot on. But just look at this. 1,000 plus HP on top of skirmishers, and there's some mortars here, and they don't really know what they want to do. Triple there, triple. Gurkha's still going down, but he's just got to pick off the mortars. Like, once the mortars go down, then he can kind of play from his own position later. Aben's healing! Aben's healing the Sebastopol mortar, and another Mahout goes down. And actually, the thing is, that will just get healed back to full HP, and Risotto moments to put. Ooh, she went flying! She went absolutely flying there. They're back to full HP already. Oh my god, the cheese. The absolute cheese in this tournament series already. God, Sebastopol mortar's been healed up to full. Healing in combat, stupid. Yeah, I fully agree with that. I think the devs dropped the clanger on that one, and always said that, but not really much buyback to try and get for them to sort that out. Apparently it's a feature of Ethiopia and the Abens, but it's breaks quite a lot of AoE3 theory there, but This Delhi Gate is going down very quickly. One more volley and goodbye. Ceasefire on the Delhi Gate, but I don't really. Great, you've kept the aggro fort up a little bit longer, but what does that do for you? You're not training elephants from there, luckily, but a couple of CJs coming up behind. Kind of doesn't matter. That's the thing. Like the Delhi Gate will just go straight down here. 320 XP for LionHeart. Doesn't quite cover a shipment. More Redcoats and Gurkhas. CJ is behind now to try and pick this up. There's a lot of villagers exposed, and elite Javelin Riser from Line. Just look at the deck he's got. He's got some really good cards. 14 Javras, 12 Nef Tenure, 1600 Influence later in, and you know the Influence just trains Guardian straight away. Champion Somali Esos, Champion Sebastipols. Still H2 Nef Tenures. Not and as a Jaeger. So Jaeger there for good measure. And ooh, the El Meti being trained. Love that. Kind of unsure what Lion will send it. I assume he wants to send the 1600 Influence. And yeah, maybe get a batch of 5 El Meti out. That would be really good. That would manage to snare down and pick up the Gurkhas, pick up a couple Redcoats, maybe H2 Sepoys remaining. It's a tournament game. Risotto will try and play on from this situation, but I don't think he has many options now back in. That one Jaeger, the Manchuria Jaeger. You think so, but no, it's on the Ethiopian side. So much stronger than the Neftanias though. Even, yeah, and just Lion's not upgrading to elite infantry. Romu Cav being trained. Ooh, that's interesting. Javrai is getting some nice little raiding on the northern side. Kind of just doesn't matter because there's still nothing to kill the anti-cav, anti-infantry competition of the Somali Easters and the Sebastopol Mortars. Just nothing here can do it. Maybe the siege elephants could be enough to get the kill in, but they've already prodded a few times to no avail. And that's not even before we get into the heavy cavalry being made here. The Aromos and the El Meti. Look at the stats on that. 1000 HP, 40 attack with a 3 multiplier versus anything infantry, whether musketeer or Gurkha. And looks like the Gurkhas will get 2 shot, not 1 shot, which is luckily for them. But even still, Redcoats probably just about 2 shot, maybe 3 shot there. But the Mortar, they can do some decent damage here. Maybe he wants to put it onto exploding shot instead of solid shot for a bigger area effect. 4 area could get some massive kills on the spread of Gurkhas. Lion just wants to have 57 units. An outcome. Oh, the El Meti spawned forward. Oh, he trained them from that palace, of course. And even the El Meti on its own can do massive, massive work. Don't even need the thing is, he doesn't even need the Sebastopol mortars because oh, the El Meti can rip through the infantry. The siege elephants just will do nothing versus the Neftenia champion Somali Easters. And this, I mean, this game is just fully over. But we've got to watch the cleanup here. Will Risotto let us see the cleanup? Champion A is going to try and pick off the mortar. Mortar's moving back, and they're just getting dunked on by all the infantry. All the anti-cav getting eaten by the El Meti, and it's just skirmishes behind. And good games being called. Lion showing us the Ethiopian FI, and I haven't seen an Ethiopian FI in, well, never actually. I don't think I ever have. And wow, what a strategy! What some unit shipments as well in the 4th age, and what a play! El Meti is just mercenaries, but they cost influence. They had a lot of influence. Shadow Tech in Somali units, Shadow Tech in Sebastopol, Shadow Tech in Berber camels, anything native. And it's also guarding the 4th age, and it's a really good play there from Lion to kind of utilise that auto-teching ability and the shipments to get a really strong power spike. Risotto's Taj Mahal age 2, bit interesting. Huge amount of yaks, but never pens them. And I think he just felt that he was in a good position pushing the FI, but once the camels came out, oh boy, all the Redcoats went down, and an unfortunate Z move there in front of LionHeart's base. kind of led the camels to do a bit more damage than they really ought to, and that entire force there from Risotto just collapsed in front of his eyes. LionHeart able to move up behind and complete the game from that position, and just look at the military population in that fight. Yes, I know that there was Berber camels coming out, and you can see that in the military unit count, but what a fight there from LionHeart. And then once actually in the base as well, pushing forward, the Abens on the artillery pieces heating it up, and just the Mahout Lancer pop could have won the game there for Risotto, but just didn't work in the end, unfortunately. And I think that was the game at about that 14-minute, 15-minute mark, unfortunately. But play all 5 series. That was an exciting one. I'm looking forward to the next game, and I'll see you guys into the next one as well.